All right, one more influencer, because this is probably the biggest one of our time. Some say could even sway whole nation elections. Some say is the Oprah of the white man. Mr. Joseph, whose middle name I don't know, Rogan.
Ooh. The whole experience.
The whole experience of the man, the myth, the legend, and the number one podcast in the world.
Which probably should be.
Yeah, it's a good podcast.
Great podcast.
Yeah, very interesting. Has very interesting characters on. The criticism of Joe Rogan that I have heard is just will seek intriguing conversation, and that's the entire purpose, because the man is a comedian, first and foremost, as he would even admit, but will then delve into topics that could then have consequence and influence. And that is where we get into the gray area of what it means to be an internet influencer, is when you get into the gray areas of what your influence actually influences.
So, but to hear, I will try to defend Joe Rogan a little bit in that aspect.
That's fine,
because he does try to do all the research. They try to get all the facts and everything, and he tries not to speak on like he lets his guests do like a lot of the.
Oh yeah,
he does.
Like he lets them lead a lot. And that's
so in that aspect, like I mean, I feel like he's trying to do everything he can to like
But he's looking for the truth, like everybody's looking for. Like we said earlier, this inauthentic.
I lean more towards the benefit of the doubt on him. I really do, because I do like his
and
podcast.
Even with the Trump thing, he wanted to get Kamala on.
I know he did. I
don't even know about that.
Yeah, he had Trump on. He tried to get Kamala on, and Kamala wanted him to come there, and like he was like, "No, it has to be here."
Yeah. As a whole,
why would she not want to do?
And she only wanted to do like 45 minutes, I think, and he was like, "This has got to be a couple hours." Like,
and I don't want to get too deep on the podcast or the political side of it.
Go all the way through with him?
Did he actually? They did like 3 hours. They did like 3 hours.
3 hours. Wow.
Yeah. I think the thing about the one thing I'll disagree with, and again, this is the political end, and we can blow right past it. We don't have to get caught up on this. It's kind of weird how I think it's just, again, it goes back to that influencer space of the people you hang around and how they can influence you, because this is a guy that also used to talk up someone like Bernie Sanders a lot.
Oh yeah, he still likes Bernie Sanders.
No, I know, but it's you see what I'm saying? It's kind of weird.
He's got open up of mind to accept.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah,
I know, but I guess that goes back to the point of like,
if you don't listen to everybody,
there's probably a little more research you could do if you're just flirting on that line of that. It just sounds like you just like shit that sounds good from a political perspective.
But you should, right? Like, I mean, that's really what you should try to go toward, is like whatever sounds the best policy wise, right? Like,
well, no, not sounds the best policy wise. I think it's more of just what vibes better. Populism is a big thing in the political world right now, and it's vibes. Populism is all vibes.
So are you trying to infer that Joe Rogan is leaning a little toward more conservatism to get views? Is that what you're? Okay.
Not to get views. No. I think So
there was
Joe Rogan got, and I think unfairly, even if I disagree with him on it, unfairly attacked for his. I know, I'm just trying to get at my good angles.
Settle down, buddy.
Thank you. I think unfairly attacked during the whole COVID stuff.
Yeah, very unfairly.
No. I think unfairly so. And I think that in just human nature will lead you to lean on people that support you. So therefore, he leaned on people that supported his view on that more. So therefore, he gets caught up in more of what would be considered the populist conservative universe. Plus, he's friends with like someone like Dana White,
but he's friends with a lot of people on both sides.
He is, but he runs. Excuse me, more in those circles that lean towards someone like Donald Trump. He gets Donald Trump that'll come on his podcast.
But he was never a big Donald Trump supporter, though, either.
No, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
He feels more friendly with him just because
he did endorse him, yes.
So therefore, you can ignore all the other stuff that some may consider substantive, because then you're still leaning on vibes more. I'm just saying, I think, and a lot of people fall into this. Nope, I get it. I really do. I do this sometimes too. I feel like he falls on some vibes sometimes.
Well, he's said before he's been like pretty much a lifelong Democrat, and he said the party is just kind of like got out of control, and he really doesn't feel like he falls in line.
Well, that's
with that
how a lot of
Democratic
people
party
felt,
anymore.
and that's why
That's why they lost the election.
That's kind of how I felt. I voted last election. I did not
They've
vote
lost
this
it
election
themselves by being the way they are.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is well, and unfortunately, I was thinking about this. We'll say political stuff.
Yeah.
Or some other thing. I do think what sums up the political take of this last election, and I think it was just that Donald Trump and conservatives had a better story. They had a better slogan and a better story.
And the Democrats had a bad campaign, I feel like.
Well, they did. They didn't have a story. You're defending against some forms of inflation, and people are just sitting here saying, did you feel better under the 4 years under Trump or Joe Biden? Ignore context, whatever. It doesn't matter. That plays better. Simple, good, done. So I'll leave it there. We can save all that crap for later. I don't really care about that right now. What I care more about is
human beings are emotional creatures, though.
They are.
And no matter what.
And that plays into the influencer thing.
Yeah. The human being is more likely to respond immediately off an emotional reaction than it is any other reason. Like people do not bring their awareness to their emotions most of the time and retract them just for a moment. They play off of it immediately.
I wish people would work more, and same with even in my own life on certain things. It's all about we need to it's just recognizing your reaction before actually reacting.
I agree, and that awareness is very important, but most of the populace doesn't even understand that's a thing. They
true.
really don't even know that I'm being reactionary right now.
Yeah, and a lot of people reflect. I will give people grace and the benefit of the doubt. Some people will be like, well, I was thinking about it more, and I think I reacted poorly to this, or maybe
they don't
didn't
do
mean
it
like that.
in the moment.
It's
not a momentary thought process.
It's not, and it needs to be more... It needs to be practiced more to be more momentarily of just like step back.
Or look at just like step in somebody else's shoes, man. Like look at another point of view that you don't agree with, and see if there's something on that side that you do agree with, and it might shape your view that you have now. Maybe
she don't like to spit on that thing. All right, look at it from her. It
might still feel good though.
Maybe she should look at it from yours. Okay, and it might still feel good. We don't know. All right,
we're trying to figure that out.
I would call that a pigeonhole, wouldn't you?
I'm going to retract any comments. Right?
Yeah.